Hiya folks, KG4NWE here. You want to see something cool? I'm on my lunch break. But anyways, I got an SDR play, and I'm running SDR Uno on the laptop. It's on 1379125. I downloaded a virtual audio cable, which is really just a program that doesn't do anything other than it adds an audio device. It adds an audio device into your audio stuff. You know, like speakers, headphones, whatnot. Sorry about that. Got a text message. It's called virtual audio cable. And what that does is that instead of coming through the speakers or going to my headphones, it pipes this signal that it's receiving here on this waterfall over to this program, which is called Weather to Image. And it is recording the NOAA 18 southbound satellite on 1379125. It's about 32% finished, and there's kind of a look at it. But what you're seeing is there's a satellite. There's several of them. They are flying round and round and round the Earth. They have cameras on them. They are live broadcasting that video, line by line. So what we're doing is basically, in the simplest form, receiving that signal and turning it back into a picture. I'll be back when it's done. You'll like this. Check it out. So it just finished. There's the that's what it looks like. Raw data recorded from the satellite. What it's doing now is it's building a map. And so it'll build that map. And then it'll go through and it will render it in several different ways, which we'll look at as soon as it's done. So, boy, I thought the computer just cut off. So, I'm in an undisclosed location in nowhere, Kershaw, South Carolina, doing my thing, making people happy, making deliveries. And you can actually still see the signal of the satellite, and anybody can do this. You do not have to be an amateur radio operator or even a technique-whiz know-all person to be able to do this. All you have to have is a computer or a Raspberry Pi will do this also. An SDR receiver. You don't have to have an SDR play. You can use an RTL SDR dongle for $20. It's a little thing that looks like a flash card, or a NOAA dongle, and some sort of antenna. Like I said, mine was $16, and it's like I said, I call it the Hershey Kiss. I think it's an MFJ brand antenna. Okay, so here we go. Now, this first half, while I was babbling to you guys, I noticed that the bandwidth wasn't quite set correctly. And that's because SDR Uno has so many different things. But this is what we got here. Now that I've set the bandwidth correctly, the last part worked out pretty good. But you get the general idea of what's going on here. It's rendering different maps right now. Let me just blow it up, make it big. So that's pretty cool stuff, I think. During the hurricane season, when the power goes out, and for whatever reason you may find yourself without internet service, this type of thing here, it's just a computer, 2 pieces of software, and a driver. This thing, and a antenna, and you can see the clouds in the sky. If there were a hurricane of sorts, if there was a hurricane of sorts out on the coast, you could get real-time updates without internet. I'm gonna try and turn the computer so that you guys can see a little better. But you can see Texas, South Carolina's up here in the noise, the white noise. It didn't work out very well for us. Let's look at the audio files that were rendered. And this computer is it's an 80 LY Lenovo. It is the slowest computer I've ever used, but it's worthy of taking on the road and playing with. So that's rendering. We'll have to wait on it. Alright, it's done with all its rendering. It took that data and it turned it into several different pictures. And I also understand, I just realized that my phone is turned the wrong way. So you're going to be looking at an sideways screen. And I'm sorry about that. It told me the next satellite is, what does it say? 9. That's the next time this satellite goes over. Okay, audio files, raw images, saved images. Here we go. So we got this one. And this is where I didn't have the settings set quite right, or there could have been a tree in the way or something. It's basically loss of signal is what happens here. This is clouds. Okay, this is clouds right here. Up here you're looking at distortion in the signal, trees or whatever that's around me that caused it to not receive this data. But you can see clearly these are clouds. You can tell the difference between these kind of lines. These are clouds. There's a cloud there. And if there was a hurricane here, you would be able to see it very clearly. Let's check out another image. Well, they all look pretty much bad. I think that one was the best one. This one's some data here. There's a temperature one. I believe that's it there. It's actually got some not radar, but composite data and temperature data. You have to kind of do a little research to understand what you're looking at. But the fact of the matter is, these images came from 400 miles above me, and I could have done a lot better. I'm on lunch break right now, and I got about 3 minutes. I got to get back on the road. So you guys have a wonderful day, and experiment, play with stuff. This is WXTOIMG SDR play, weather to image. Virtual audio cable is the driver that goes between the two programs. 73's KG4 NWE.